Hello guys, DJParson here, back for the next game of the International Championship Season 10. And if we go back down here to my Masters League 2, we can see that the next game that is currently on the way is this one against G, Tamiris and a Ranch. Of course, first let's take a look what the standings are. And we can see that at the moment G is on top, but he has 6 games completed. I have 5 completed and have 16 points. Ranch has also 5 games and has 15 points, so he's in this game and then the next one as well. So he's definitely one big opponent, so we definitely want to do better than him this game. But we still have a lot of chances to win this with 16 points. It's really super close, and of course there's 2 games left, and if we win both, I think we should be able to win the league. And if we don't win this one, it's gonna get really hard. But we're definitely gonna try our best and see if we can manage to do that. And this game against G, Tamiris and Ranch 99. G will take the library, pretty good choice in my opinion. Tamiris will take the Roman roads for 2. And now we can decide what we want to take. Could go for urban growth and rich land. That's 2 resources. That's basically like an engineering genius. Let's first take a look at the leaders and wonders. Marlene, but no Pierre. We don't have gates either. There's International Red Cross and Project. Suez Canal, Ocean Liner. But no Cook, but we have Watt and Bach and Catherine, so Bach and Shakespeare and Marlene. So that is interesting. We could try to go for something like Joan of Arc, Bach, Marlene. Of course, you can't plan that too much, but that's something to keep in mind. There's also Zizka and Saladin, so those 2 are pretty strong, so keep that in mind. For wonders, there's Pyramids and Colosseum left maybe, so we can get one of those. We could go for Ashoka. Alternatively, we don't know which leaders might be coming out. We could go for Ashoka and Rich Land. Could go for Ashoka and Cultural Heritage. Maybe keep that in hand a little bit. Maybe we get the Pyramids, and then I really like Ashoka and Cultural Heritage for keeping that with Ashoka, and then eventually get the Pyramids, and then we have the extra civil action to play the Cultural Heritage. Yeah, I think I might go with this. Go for a Ashoka game. We don't know which leaders might be coming out, but they might have an awkward spot for us next turn. So grabbing Ashoka here seems pretty okay. So I will do that. Yeah, seems like a good Ashoka game here. That will be pretty exciting, I hope. And Ranch will take Caesar, Richland, and Urban Growth. Let's see what Red takes now. There are a lot of leaders. That's probably very good for them. And he will actually wait with electing a leader, or even taking one. Tamiris will take Aristotle. And yeah, no, the Pyramids are on 2. And we're gonna build a mine here. And I mean, we have the civil actions at the moment. We could take Pyramids this turn. I like that more with Colosseum, with Ashoka. Not that great that we can't elect Ashoka this turn already, but to be honest, Ashoka doesn't give us anything this turn, so we don't have to elect him super early. Alternatively, we could grab Iron and elect Ashoka. That's an interesting idea. Then we produce extra resources already, but we don't build a mine, so we're still only at 3. But we have the super early iron for 3 civil actions. If only that was on 2, then it would have been really, really great. Next turn we can probably still get the Pyramids. If Ranch takes Colosseum, for example, then we can take Pyramids or Forbidden City even. This is interesting. This is an early decision that we have to make. That doesn't happen super often. Usually go with the standard move of building that mine and grabbing a wonder. But this seems interesting to me. These irons will probably be gone in our next turn. They come down to 2 civil actions. Branch probably would like to grab one and the other guys as well. And this works out with the Ashoka, so it produces extra resources. So I think I'm gonna try this. This is a little bit unconventional, so we're gonna see how that works out. I hope it works out nicely, but yeah, we're gonna find out. And 2 tactics already. Medieval army draw is pretty nice, especially with the Zizka in here. So I like that draw. Ranch will... Oh, he takes the Forbidden City, okay. And development of agriculture opened by Red here. I mean, we can maybe still go for the pyramids. Still not bad for that. And a pact, open borders, yes please. Open borders this early is really, really great. Really, really great. Thanks for offering that to Mirrors. And the Mirrors will grab the iron and build up a bronze. So it's our turn, we can't play politics. So let's skip that, and yeah, we might take wonder, but we have to spend a lot of our resources. We could increase population 2 times and build something. We could build philosophy. And then take one of these wonders. Either pyramids or the magic castle. Both are fine. Magic castle doesn't take a lot of steps, so we can spend all of our resources there. And pyramids is pretty nice with Ashoka especially, so I'm not sure which one to take. Could also build a mine instead, then we can finish the pyramids next turn. And don't get a lot of science. But maybe that's okay, maybe with the cultural heritage that's fine. Getting that extra civil action is pretty good. Also don't hate the magic castle here. Yes, and then we build that lab and grab the magic castle. Magic castle is really, really good in 2 players and 4 players. It's still nice, especially in like 3rd and 4th position, being always able to defend, because that can become a problem. So I think I like this, and then maybe going with early irons. I could even go for iron next turn with the cultural heritage. I could only increase population once. Grab that, build this and this. But then I don't have a free population, but we get a lot of food. So that's also pretty interesting. Yeah, maybe I don't build that mine. Maybe I can build an iron immediately. So I save that civil action. And we don't need so much food because we're gonna get more with the Ashokas soon. So having a free population is pretty good. Yeah, this seems definitely okay. Agriculture was the first one. Yeah, I want to have a free population, so yeah, I could also build the bronze. But yeah, maybe we can just build 1 iron next turn. Like if we get a new leader, we could get rid of Ashoka, play cultural heritage, iron and build 1. So I think I like this plan. And then we draw 3 cards, thanks to the pact. That is really, really nice. Oh, a lot of tactics. There is Khan in here, so at least that's good that we have the heavy cavalry. Not sure if I want to go for that, but yeah, a lot of choices now. And border conflict, not too bad. If we go for the magic castle, we will have more strength. And we have all of those tactics, so maybe we can play the border conflict next turn. And Ranch will elect Caesar now. Draws a couple of cards with them. Red will use Alex and go for Joan of Arc immediately. And another warrior. Interesting. Tamiris opens the development of crafts. So a lot of resources now, and will take alchemy and iron. So we probably, I mean, we can play the border conflict with our tactics and the magic castle. Yeah, I think I want to play that. And then development of civil life. That means we can go for the iron without using cultural heritage yet. And we can build 1. And then we have to take a couple of cards. We could go for Barbarossa. Some extra food from Ashoka, saving all of that, and then maybe warfare. Yeah, but we're missing science. We could also go for the alchemy. Or we could go for all 4 of them. So we produce extra food with Ashoka. We have the extra military actions from the open borders, so Barbarossa will have that, and then maybe the warfare. We can't go for alchemy next turn. Maybe if we get extra science. That hasn't come out yet, right? No, development of science might come out. Then we can go for alchemy. But if we can't, that's also no problem. We can still upgrade our bronze to iron, and then after that turn go for the alchemies with no problem. Or we get the Universals next turn, probably not. But yeah, I like this overall. Getting all of these cards into hand. Not sure about Barbarossa. Means we won't be getting Zizka or Saladin. But maybe that's fine. Maybe with all of the food that we're gonna get from Ashoka, that's really good for us, going for Barbarossa. Also with that border conflict in there, we could go for some strong early game military. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try Barbarossa and the Himeji Castle. I mean, on the other hand, we have Ashoka. We can have Ashoka for a while. He's a good HA leader to have in the end, or for a long time. So we can afford to wait for Zizka or Saladin. And these guys, I mean, Red already has taken something. Yeah, let's try Barbarossa. I want to try Barbarossa here. See how he works. Maybe sort of draw some nice events. Call to arms might be very good if we really go for a lot of strength. And range will open the development of religion. Can use that, can build a couple steps on that forbidden city of his. Can finish that next turn. Red will play something as well, opens development of settlement, and yeah, he takes the free religion as well, finishes the library, takes monarchy, can go for that next turn. Tamiris will open trade routes. Okay. Saladin comes out, but it looks like he will be staying on 3, but I mean, we're Barbarossa anyway. So do we want to play something? We are not the weakest, but yeah, I don't think I want to play something yet. Put that temple for free. Increase population. Maybe it's time to get Barbarossa going. We have a lot of food that we want to spend. Problem is we probably want to spend that on the knights. I mean, upgrading these to iron would be something I like. You could play Barbarossa. Maybe build 1 warrior. Could also not go for knights and build another warrior. Playing the legion, going up to 5, so we're the strongest for border conflict and such. I mean, yeah, we could do this. Then we could maybe still grab the knights. I mean, maybe get some colonies where we can send some of these away. Maybe we can go with knights and then the medieval army eventually. And then for the last action we can play this cultural heritage. Yeah, becoming strongest, getting our resource production up. I think that's a good plan. Becoming strong. Can spend our science next turn on the alchemy and then upgrade 2 times. We really are no rush for the Magic Castle, but that also makes it so that those warriors, even if we go for the medieval army, we can sacrifice 1 warrior when attacking or something to get rid of him. So overall, this looks pretty good. We still need some heavy phases. Barbarossa needs quite a lot of those, and maybe irrigation. But there are 2 left. Maybe just save up a little bit of food. And then see when we can use Barbarossa again. But yeah, using him this turn 2 times is pretty good. Get rid of the call to arms. Develop territory seems pretty nice with Barbarossa. Getting some colonies going. Sadly not drawing any cards, but yeah. And the Forbidden City finished by Ranch here. Does he have a tactic? No tactic for him, so he stays at 4 strength. Red will take a look at the top card and decide not to play something while he's not the strongest, so that could mean that the border conflict is on top. Jan Žižka taken by Tamiris. He will have attacked the Surgas up to 6, so he's stronger than us now. That's not how I planned that. So if it's the water conflict on top, Tamiris would win it now. Still would like to play the territory. I mean, at least we're not one of the weakest. Also, we might not even become stronger this turn. Would have to go for a knight. Build that. Then we are stronger. But for how long? I mean, then we could finish the Himeji Castle next turn. You don't get any more food. We could grab the cartography, but yeah, with this we don't produce any science. I'd like to go for the alchemy this turn. Go with the alchemy, upgrade that at least once. Maybe even twice. It will delay our image castle quite a lot, but maybe that's okay. We could then again grab the cartography, and then we play the developed territory first. Yeah, let's play that. Oh, the rats. That's why Red played around that. That's really bad for Tamiris here and pretty bad for us. Rats are pretty good against Barbarossa. He doesn't like that. At least our turn doesn't revolve around that. We have that alchemy that we can go for. And then the cartography. Getting some colonies with that will help us immensely. I mean, we could think about the knight now. But the problem is that you can't go for alchemy next turn. I go for the knight, then we win the border conflict if someone plays something. And then we could... Then we can't really grab the cartography. I mean, we could grab cartography and breakthrough. Then our hand is full. I mean, next time we can finish the magic castle. But a full hand and we can't develop anything. That's not really a way that we can play. So maybe just play the alchemy. Could only upgrade one, so we can finish magic castle next turn. Maybe grab yeah, the cartography and then urban growth for the next alchemy. Yeah, maybe I like that, being able to finish a magic castle next turn to be stronger if the border conflict is not yet revealed. It could be that we are weakest during blue's turn. If green has a tactic, becomes stronger, red could become stronger with the swordsman, and then we would be weakest during Tamiris' turn and maybe lose the border conflict even. So that's a very early interesting turn here that I have to think about a little bit. I mean, I really like the alchemy. I'm not the biggest fan of the knight, especially now that we would have to use our last free population. It will give us other problems eventually. I mean, like this we could finish Magic Castle. But yeah, the full hand is a big problem for me. So not the biggest fan of that. Yeah, let's go with the alchemy. The risk is not that high. I mean, red and blue played most of those cards. We are not the weakest for now. Only during one turn we are the weakest. So yeah, the alchemies will be really, really nice eventually. And then cartography and urban growth. I can either go for cartography next turn or the warfare, depending on how much the deck advances. But I like both of those cards. Then see what we draw. Maybe another territory. Nope. Trade rights agreement. Maybe we can use that for food. That would be pretty nice. And effect naval trade agreement. This time accepted. And ranch will go for the phalanx. Goes up to 8 strength. So yeah, luckily red is still the weakest. And he will play something as well. The historic territory. I mean, if we win that, then we can't defend against an aggression from blue, so I think we just have to skip this one. It's a little bit bad with Barbarossa, but yeah. If Terminus has an aggression and he sees that we use our colonization card, and we could bid 1, then we are still... No, we're still not able to defend. Oh yes, we would. If we send just 1 warrior, we would be able to defend against blue. So maybe we can do that. I don't think we're gonna win that for that. But we can bid 1. And red wins it for 1+, just sends away a warrior, and he can immediately rebuild it as the swordsman. Pretty nice for him. And then let's see if Tamuris will play something. He will, and it is a Reign of Terror, and we are the weakest. A little bit sad here. He will finish Roman roads, has the iron already, so 7 resource production. I could offer this trade roads agreement. We have a lot of resources, not a lot of food. I mean, my turn is probably just gonna be finished the magic castle. Play that cartography. And maybe take irrigation. Yeah, Barbarossa, the Barbarossa thing really didn't work as well. I guess a lot of this comes down to the rats not having enough population. And next turn we're gonna have one happy face issue because we just lost that 1 population. But I think I like this overall. We can offer that trade routes agreement next turn. I guess we can offer it this turn. We don't want to do anything else this turn anyway. So maybe this is a good chance to do that. And then offer that to... yeah, ranch maybe. And make it so that we can use resources as food. And then hope that he accepts. And he accepts, that's pretty nice. Lose that idle worker, and yeah, still probably want to finish the magic castle, so we're not the weakest any longer. Alternatively, here we don't have a lot of options, alternatively really. So let's go with the cartography maybe this turn. Even more strength, maybe we can win this border conflict. Next time we can upgrade our science production some more. Yeah, and let's take the irrigation. I think. I mean, monarchy could be nice, but I don't think we... I mean, it would be nice to go with that for the revolution. Could save some science, but... I would also really like the Code of Laws, but can't take all of that. Need to develop something here, because our hand is full. Alternatively, go for the knights or something, so those are available to us. But we don't have the population for that anyway, so let's go for the cartography and then irrigation for some extra food. We really want that with Barbarossa. Yeah, seems good. And get rid of one of these aggressions and see what we draw. Rebellion, probably not so good, and then these tactics also not that great for us. And ranch will open the border conflict. Sadly we don't win it, but he wins it himself. But at least we don't lose. He will take iron and upgrade all of them. Not looking bad. Becomes strongest again. Red will not open whatever's on top. We'll take rich land and frugality, and then yeah, H not yet end, but before our turn it will end. Tamaris takes Code of Laws, upgrades to alchemy, and now the H ends. And we have some problems here with the food, but we are the strongest. Maybe there's something under there that can help us. I think I'm gonna play this rebellion. Yeah. Scientific breakthrough doesn't really help. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so maybe the irrigation is still a good plan. Problem is this unhappy worker that we have to work around. We can go for one theology. like this. Then at least we don't... Yeah, I mean, I would love to increase food once, so we can increase population next turn. But I don't think I can. My hand is too full. Also like to be stronger, but I think I have to go for this theology. We could scrap our science and destroy a lab already, but that's a little bit early, so yeah, maybe with the theology. That's a good plan. We got all of corruption. Next time we can increase our food. Not looking pretty, but I guess this will have to do. 8 strength, everybody at 8 strength. Let's hope the 2 weakest don't get punished now. That would be pretty bad. Oh, I can use Barbarossa. Alright, I have the Pact. Oh, almost forgot about it. Thanks, game, for reminding me. So, this changes a lot. So if we do this... I mean, we could destroy a warrior. Like, build a religion, because just put in the rebellion. And then to be stronger, we could play the warfare. Then next turn we can go for irrigation, maybe the engineering genius. Then maybe theology as well. We have 2 religions like this. And then theology can help us. It's not too expensive for the science. And then we have a lot of resources, so upgrading them sounds like a good idea. We become strongest. I think I like that. Going for the warfare this turn. Drawing some more cards, keeping some more cards. I mean, overall, I think this looks better than what we had before. We had 4 culture production now, that is pretty nice. We can maybe get an early different leader. I mean, we could even go for Bach. We could also think about the drama instead of the theology. And then Bach becomes a good option to put these religions into that. And maybe I like that more. Going with the drama. Get some population up, we can put them there, or with Bach. I think that's more important than theology, to be honest. I mean, we need some more happy faces, but we can also go for a drama additionally. Also, there's another theology maybe next turn, and then team sports and 2 organized religions. I think those are better. So let's take the drama, because Bach is in the game, and we have 2 religions that we'd like to rebuild into dramas. And then this looks good, I think. Yeah, the engineering genius is pretty nice, and we could take theology and drama, but I think engineering genius will come in handy for maybe ocean liner service. We could theoretically go for the Suez Canal or the Harvard College. We have the resources for that. Let's see. Probably, I mean, we can maybe keep the aggression. We cannot. Yeah, we can get rid of the heavy cavalry. And then we still draw 2 cards. Maybe 1 more colonization card would be nice. Independence declaration, not really, and refugees seems a little bit risky. Maximilian could be a very nice play for us. If we get early Robespierre and Conmon, for example. Barbarossa has done his work. Not the greatest because of the Reds, but yeah, now we're looking for a new leader. Columbus by ranch, and we'll take the Silk Road. Interesting. And now Red will also play something. Knowledge of the Ancients, 1 extra science, not that great for us. And he will go for irrigation and theology upgrades, so he goes up to 8 strength, but we're still the strongest. Let's see if Tamuris will want to play something. Goes with Dark Ages. Oh, he himself loses 6 science. We only lose 1, so no problem at all. But 6 science lost by Tamuris. That's gotta hurt. Goes to Court of Laws. He takes Robespierre, okay. Oh, there's Ocean Liner. That is very early Ocean Liner, and we have a lot of resources, I think. We might just take that this turn. It's our whole turn, but yeah, what else am I really going to take? We also have that engineering genius. I think I have to go with the Ocean Liner. Tamuris would take that away if he can next turn, because he still hasn't solved his food as well. So we can think about playing an independence declaration. We are the strongest, would be nice if we win something. Rebellion is no problem for us, and for these guys, especially Tamuris, it is. Yeah, let's maybe play the independence declaration. I mean, we probably want that territory though. I mean, maybe don't play politics, just take Ocean Liner service. It's a clean turn. If we get any extra resource, we're gonna have corruption. I'm not sure if I want to play any of these cards, refugees. I don't know if I will be that's the strongest. And for the independence declaration, I don't know if I will be the weakest. Also, I guess red will have a colony, green will have a colony from Columbus, so we could definitely play the independence declaration. But this is such a clean turn, I don't wanna ruin that turn. Even though playing politics while being strongest. But development of territory could also give some problems. That we can't bid for that as highly because we need our warriors. Yeah, I guess we could go with the independence declaration. It's 2 extra culture, we might win any of these. Rebellion wouldn't be bad. There's such a clean tournament, but I think I still want to play that. And there's the developed territory. I mean, if we play that, we go down to 6. We still don't have to worry about aggression, so a bit that much. Yeah, and then see if we win it for that, but can't bid more. And red wins that colony for swordsman and a couple of cards. So not gonna get that one. But yeah, I think this turn the ocean liner just looks too promising. I mean, we need population. I mean, ocean liner doesn't work with Barbarossa, so we'll have to get another leader early. But the alternatives just don't look good at all. I don't want to go for irrigation. I mean, I could go for this. Get slowly some food up. But I think Ocean Liner this early is just a lot better. We can finish that next turn, get the population that we need. We are still strongest. Yeah, such an early Ocean Liner, have to go for that. We have the Knights, so maybe we can keep... Yeah, let's get rid of the aggression, doesn't seem too likely. Or we can get rid of one of these tactics. Maybe the Phalanx. I like the medieval army more. And then see what we draw. Economic progress and defensive army. We don't have swordsmen, so probably not gonna go for that one. And ranch will go with the scientific method, quite early scientific method at that. Pretty good for him. And then red will go with the sewer scandal. Can build one step, can't finish it next turn. So yeah, but that's a great way for him to increase his resource production, he really needs that. Tamaris opens Rebellion, that's only bad for himself. He will go with Organized Religion and Harvard College. Okay, so we are the strongest. We definitely want to play something. We could play this Economic Progress. Get some more resources going. I mean, we still have the most production. Not really. Is it gonna be good? We don't have the food production. We could also go with refugees. Hope to become pretty strong with the Himeji Castle. We have a lot of population. Yeah, let's maybe commit to the refugees here. And it's going to be cultural influence. That doesn't change a lot, as always. Yeah, I would love to get Bach here. Or Catherine. Both of them seem pretty good. So alternative is just finish Ocean Liner. You even get a free population. This turn already. Then there's left Napoleon. What Shakespeare? I mean, sad that we can't get Bach here. Bach would be so good. We also don't get the cannons, so we could think about like building one step with engineering genius, taking Bach, maybe even playing Bach this turn already. I mean, we don't want to stay with Barbarossa, he's not giving us anything. And then Bach will be great for the drama and upgrading. And then cannons are pretty important as well. Maybe take those. And then with the last selection, build one step. So we have corruption, but we have enough resource at the moment. We can finish the ocean liner next turn. Maybe we can even go for Republic. Yeah, we have enough science for Republic. Maybe we can go for that next turn, if that comes down for us. But I really want Bach in this situation. Getting the culture production going. And yeah, with the Image Castle and Ocean Liner, we're in a good position to just defend. Like if you build up an early culture production with the dramas and Bach, then we just need to defend, and that's really easy with the Magic Castle and the Ocean Liner. We have a lot of population to put into military. Maybe hope to get the Rifleman, and then we can go for the tactic that we already have. But yeah, we can't really stay with Barbarossa any longer. If we don't take Bach this turn, we might have to wait quite a long time for either Shakespeare or Napoleon. I guess we could go for Newton as well, but we don't know when they will be coming out. And it's still a lot of cards in the deck, so we get these 4 very early leaders. So the rest of the leaders might come very, very late. And especially red is searching for a leader, blue already has one, and green is searching for one. So if nobody takes like these, then we would have to contest for the leaders. And yeah, with Barbarossa, I don't want to be in that position. Sucks a little bit that we can't go for Ocean Liner this turn, but overall I really like taking Bach here. So yeah, this seems like a good idea. Let's go with that. We're still the strongest. Corruption is okay once, and we'll get rid of these aggressions. Can't really see us going for those. We will be committing to the culture production and not as much military. Then see if we draw another tactic maybe that we can use. Nope, but one boat card is pretty nice. And ranch will go with Catherine and really increase strength. Oh, he does quite a lot. 14 now. Red will take reserves and architecture, as well as James Watt and coal. Okay. I mean, coal and Suez Canal gives them a lot of resource production. And there's the wealthy territory. I mean, we have 2 colonization force. We definitely can send away 1 warrior. Probably not more at the moment. We don't have a tactic yet without infantry, so it's not like we have fortifications or mobile artillery, something like that. So definitely want to keep some of these warriors. So 1 would be ideal. We get this for 6, and 2 would already be expensive. Especially, I mean, we have 17 resources. We don't need any more. So for 1 warrior would be nice, especially to take it away, so we can easily bid this. And we win it, which is pretty nice. Can give this 1 card, colonize that, and then maybe go for more efficient military. Like with the knights, we can go for knights next turn. Build a knight, go for the medieval army, something like that. Or go for cannons and then try to go for defensive army if we get the riflemen. So those seem like pretty good ideas. And Tamuris goes with the revolution for the Republic. It's quite good for him. Can finish the Harvard College next turn if he wants to. And now we are not one of the weakest, but probably don't want to play something anyway. And then yeah, definitely finish the Ocean Liner. Get free population. And 14 strength from ranch. And we could, yeah, probably cancel the open borders agreement with ranch. I mean, the military action is still pretty nice. But like this, so we can't even play that. Go up to 12, maybe that's good enough. Promise we don't get the rifleman. Yeah, I'm missing 1 science, go for the conmon. Don't like that as much. But yeah, we definitely finish the Ocean Liner. And then we could think about not going for the cannon, but just rebuilding. Then we can definitely defend again with the Magic Castle. Go for the drama and the conmon. So we can go for conmon next turn. Don't get the rifleman, but there's 1 more rifleman. And then we get population next turn. We can go for those dramas. We delay our cannons by quite a lot. But I also really need civil actions. And we can always defend with the Magic Castle. So just rebuilding the warrior definitely is an option. if we want that Conmon. Of course we can go for the cannon. I mean, 100% finish the ocean liner. That is no question. This going up to 12. Can grab the Conmon as well, but can't go for that next turn. We need the revolution, but I mean, maybe we need the cannons anyway. I mean, range will probably use Catherine next turn, steal 1 yellow cube from everybody. I mean, he only gets 1, but we all lose 1, which is pretty good for him. Yeah, this is kind of a tricky position. Don't know if I want... I mean, Conmon would be very great for us. But we still haven't gone for Bach at this point. I mean, maybe we don't need to right away. Can always sneak that drama in. Maybe keep Conmon for a while. Or probably not for a while, but maybe for now. So going back again, we definitely finished this. So this is no question that we do this. Then we need to develop something to be able to go for something. Like maybe the drama. We could just build one. I mean, that's good for this turn, gives us a lot of culture collection, but it cripples us in the long turn because we don't get the Conmon. And like this, we go up to 9. Will range increase strength some more? Probably not. He probably wants to finish Silk Road. And there's still no chance for an aggression from him. We can always defend with the Magic Castle. And then we can go for Conmon next turn. Maybe upgrade the Philosophy to Alchemy. Then after that turn, we can go for Cannons. So I think, yeah, we are not even the weakest. Range, if he plays an aggression, it's gonna be on red or something. Because we can defend quite nicely. And then like this we draw 3 new cards. If we get like fortifications or something, that would be great. Get the drama out now before we run out of time to go for that. And then next time maybe we can upgrade some religions to these nice dramas. And get some more culture production going. Yeah, I think overall I like this quite a lot. Get rid of the aggression, maybe this tactic, keep the defend card. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Yeah, seems solid, and then see what we draw. Maybe better tactic. Nope, but the colonization or defend card could be quite nice. And ranch will go with selective breeding. Quite nice for him, good food production, gets quite a lot of population each turn. Red will offer us the Scientific Corporation. The Scientific Corporation, let's see, I mean, he has 12 science and we have 13, but he's producing 5 and we are producing 3. What does he want to go for? I mean, it would be nice if we can get the Conmon cheaper, but yeah, most of our science will be going into that. And then we don't have a lot of science after that. Because it would be great to go for irrigation, knights and cannons, all a little bit cheaper. But if we spend too much science and give that to red, that of course would give us quite a lot of problems. I mean, he probably elects James Watt this turn. And theoretically he could go for the Suez Canal instead, but yeah, probably elects Watt, goes for coal, and he gets a 1 technology. Maybe he goes for, I don't know, Cavalryman, selective breeding. He definitely can go for 2 technologies. The 2 is no problem. Then we had 11, then we can go for the Conmon for 10 with the pact, and then even irrigation, so yeah, the irrigation will be really, really cheap, only costing 1 science. And I don't think he will go for 3 technologies, right? What would he go for? He doesn't have any technologies in hand, don't think he wants to go for Conmon, and can't do that anyway. So he elects Watt, goes for coal, then he also wants to upgrade coal, and then he can't take 2 more technologies and go for that. So I think this turn it's pretty good. We can get Conmon and irrigation out, so we already save 4 science. And then we can upgrade the philosophy to alchemy and all of that. And then we will be producing almost the same as he is. And then it's good for both of us. This is a pact that can just be good for both. Save a little bit of science each. So I think I will accept that. I can definitely go for the con. He won't be, I mean, for the con we just need 10 science then. He won't be off for 4 technologies, he can't do that. So I think it's, yeah, it's probably going to be good. Go for the scientific cooperation here. And he will go for cavalryman. And not the coal, he's not going for the coal. And also not the Suez Canal. Wants to go up in strength a lot. So I only developed the one technology, right? Merce will finish his Harvard College. Get happy faces. Breakthrough and frugality. Nice. And we are the weakest. Probably don't want to play anything. Definitely want to get stronger soon. We'll see what we can do about that. And there's still the open borders, but again we have few magic castle. Not really afraid of aggressions. Let's skip politics here. And yeah, we definitely want to go for the Conmon. And then we can increase population, of course. Build an opera. We need the face anyway. Upgrade the alchemy. Then we could go for irrigation. We could also go for a revolutionary idea. And then maybe justice system. Yeah, justice system will be great as well. Like this, we still have a lot of resources, so no one can really declare war. I mean, okay, rifleman. Let's go for rifleman instead. With the defensive army, yeah, riflemen seem like a good idea. Then with the revolutionary, we can probably go for both riflemen and cannons next turn, which is nice. So yeah, this pact, I mean, I have a lot of pacts, but this Omodus agreement, no, the scientific cooperation that we just had, giving us a little discount this turn and making us be able to go for riflemen and cannons next turn. I like that. I think overall this turn is looking good. I could go for the Louvre, but to be honest, we have enough culture production at the moment. Definitely have the most, and that will stay like that for a while. So going for the military approach, definitely need more military. Then we can also maybe go for irrigation cannon and rifleman next turn, sneaking that irrigation in because yeah, we're gonna need more food pretty soon with that ocean liner. So yeah, this looks pretty good. We could think, of course, about the selective breeding. I mean, there is International Red Cross, so that would be nice, but that would mean we don't get the revolutionary idea. Let's see, we definitely go for the con one, that is a given. Then we of course increase population, doesn't cost a civil action. We could go for all of these. And then, I guess, have corruption, only upgrade this. We really need the selective breeding when we can go for irrigation. We're not gonna have enough food to go for the International Red Cross anyway, because we consume that much because of the ocean liner. So I think I like building that opera more. Gets us out of corruption, gives us a lot of cultural action, gives us those happy faces. Yeah, that looks better to me. Definitely keep the tactic. Maybe still unrest. Yeah, let's keep the colonization card for now. See if we draw any other tactic. We can still go for like fortifications. Nope. I mean, okay. We can also go for Napoleonic army. Maybe if we get out the knight. But defensive army also looking pretty good. Ranch will go for Republic. Finishes his Silk Road. Okay. 16 strength now. Red will not play something. Goes for what? This turn upgrades once, takes another fission upgrade and the wave and selective breeding. Okay, and then Timoris will open something. Uncertain borders, so that can give some troubles, especially if he ends the age. We're gonna lose another 2 yellow cubes. He goes for navigation, urban growth. Again, he takes so many cards. The age will end. That is gonna give us, yeah, our yellow bank's devastated now. After losing 1 to red and then 2 to the end of the age. probably don't want to play something here. Ooh, this looks like a tricky turn coming up. We definitely increase population, that's for free. We have starvation, we have uprising. We have a lot of resources, but yeah, we are the weakest by a lot. So I think riflemen would be pretty good. We can then upgrade those. And with the revolutionary ready, we could also go for cannons and go for the defensive army this turn already. But we don't have the population out. We could go for a drama. That gives a lot of culture production and one happy face. So we'll have to delete something. We can't get any more happy faces. So yeah, maybe destroy warrior. I mean, do we have to be that strong that 2 more H1 cards from blue? And blue is also not the strongest. It might be something like raiders, barbarians. Barbarians would be pretty bad for us. But the rest, I mean, cauldrons could also be good for us. H3 cards, military cards can be really good. So this would work. And then we can, I mean, we can even build another drama. Then we have 15 production, 1 starvation. But that only costs 4 culture, so we're still producing 11. Then we can take breakthrough. Yeah, breakthrough is pretty nice for the scientific corporation. That lets us keep up with red. I mean, there's 13 science now, but we save a lot of science. If we, I mean, we can also go for cannons in this turn, saving us another 2 science. So we saved 4 science in this turn, which is pretty good. So yeah, this doesn't look super pretty because of the starvation, but next turn we can get another free population. Either put that into the agriculture or the cannon, depending on where the game goes. And then we really need happy faces. So we're really looking for Marlene or the professional sports. Maybe even Chaplin, but yeah, Marlene is probably the best. Marlene gives us the happy faces that we need and helps us defend our culture that we're gonna get with Bach. So Marlene, probably the card we're looking for the most. And then we stay the weakest, but we can defend, especially with the Magic Castle. And yeah, these 2 H1 cards, I think, help us quite a lot. I mean, if all of them play politics, which seems unlikely, but if all of them play, then the refugees might come out before our next turn. But the alternative also is not looking that great, right? We would have to delete something, and I don't want to delete my alchemy or iron, they're too expensive. And deleting the agriculture, like we could go for this, delete the agriculture, build the cannon, go for the strength this turn, 19, then we are the strongest. But then we have 2 starvation, that's 8 culture gone. And then we have to rebuild them eventually anyway. So I think I'd rather go with the extra drama, the breakthrough. And then we could think about grabbing architecture or something. But I don't think that's something we can really afford. Also not really something that we need. These dramas are perfectly fine. The rest of our resource will probably go into military. Or maybe the professional sports. Could upgrade to movies maybe. But overall, we're probably not gonna upgrade too much because yeah, we need a lot of strength to defend. In 4-player games, there's always one guy, or probably one guy, who will want to go for some wars, and we are the best target for that at the moment. So going with the cannon this turn, having the breakthrough in hand is pretty nice. I mean, we go down to 5 science, so we can't probably develop something next turn because red will develop selective breeding and something else. Then we have 2 less science. So maybe after or before our next turn we cancel the pact. Who knows? We're gonna see. Maybe that's still good for us. I mean, this turn we saved 4 science, which is really great. So I think this is what we have to do. Starvation for 1. Losing 4 culture for that. Yeah, famine, lose 4. Can still copy a tactic, but yeah, for 1 strength, that's not worth it. I'd rather have the military cards. So yeah, this is gonna be what we go for. Probably get rid of these. We could go for arms industry at some point. We have pretty up-to-date military, so keep that. Give the war maybe, we can go for that. And then the other tactic. And agriculture and culture, yeah, this is a great impact for us. With all those dramas and Bach, or even Marlene. So we could even play that next turn depending, of course, what cards are on top and what the other guys do. So, I'm really sorry, but I missed this turn. I just forgot to record it, and now I'm feeling pretty stupid. But I cancelled our pact with Red, because Red has a lot of science now, and 13 can go for selective breeding, would have only cost him 1. Maybe also wants to go for oil. So it was, I think, time that we cancelled the pact, so that's what I did. We got quite a lot of nice technologies from that pact, so overall I still think I like that we accepted that, but now it's probably time to get rid of that. Then I took the cavalryman, I built 1 cannon, so we are prepared with cannon, rifleman and the cavalryman for all of the tactics that can come from H3, which is nice. Of course I played the defensive army as well, so we are at 19 strength now, so they shouldn't we shouldn't get punished by the refugees at least. We still had starvation in the end, because no things for food came up that we could go for. And then I decided to get computers and efficient upgrade to maybe get some science up, because there's basically 2 ways that I think we could lose this game. I mean, we have the best culture production and quite a big culture lead. Could either lose to a big war, of course, if someone steals all of our culture, and I think I'm pretty well prepared for that with the cavalryman and the magic castle and all of that. And then there could be very big impacts, and computers are really, really good for a lot of great impacts. So I think going with the computers is pretty nice, especially because he also got the efficient upgrade. So yeah, that's what I went with. And then we have drawn the international tourism, which is pretty nice because yeah, we don't have a pact. We can offer that to someone and get some more culture production for ourselves. And oh, good harvest. I mean, we only get 2 food, but that is potentially 8 culture for us because of avoiding starvation. Ranch will go with oil. Yeah, it's still relatively early oil. I think it's, yeah, better him than Red here. He would probably still like the oil. Independence declaration, but blue doesn't have any colonies. Red will go with that and revolutionary idea for 3. So to 27 strength. Tamiris will not play something, will go for Mandela. Oh, nice nice transition to Mandela here. 4 extra culture for him, plus the 2 production from Mandela, of course. And now it's our turn. Let's see, I mean, refugees is on top. We probably want to open that this turn, while we are not the weakest. Like, ranch could easily get stronger, and for us it's pretty hard to get stronger, so I definitely want to play something, I think. And impact of culture should still be pretty good for us. We definitely have the best culture production. A lot of that is because of Bach. I mean, we got yeah, quite a bit from that from Bach. But we will have Bach for a while, I think. So impact of culture should be relatively safe, especially if we get Marlene, then we get extra culture again, maybe chaplain or whatever. Yeah, even if we don't still be the first, second position also is pretty good. We get 3 culture for playing it, then if we only get 10, that's still pretty good. So I think I want to play that. Prosperity, that gives us a lot of food here. So that yeah, that really solves a little bit of food concerns. And still really tricky turn. Probably want to go for the computers. Upgrade with efficient upgrade, that's really nice. So one question we can ask is if we could or should increase population once normally and then for free. But that's probably a no. We really don't know when we solve our food. So we probably just increase once. Thing is, then we have to put that into the religion, I guess. And we will end with corruption if we also upgrade the computers. But we can get the military build-up at least, which might be very, very strong. The biggest problem is the refugees that we played ourselves. But I guess losing 1 prop wouldn't be too bad. We can immediately get that back. Because Ranch will probably upgrade to Rifleman next turn. Yeah, I really guess he will. Go for Rifleman, upgrade those, then he definitely becomes stronger than us. And then we might lose to the refugees, which would suck a little bit. I mean, the alternative would be increase population 2 times, but then we go down to 2 food again. But then we could even go for, I don't know, cannon. Is that even enough? Ranch can easily upgrade 2 or 3 riflemen. And maybe, yeah, copy the tactic and upgrade. I guess he doesn't have the military actions, but with patriotism he does. So he can easily get stronger than us. So I don't think this is the play this turn. We just gonna be the weakest. Gonna have some corruption. We could, theoretically, if we go for this, can we not use the efficient upgrade? Build the religion. I mean, then we have not a lot of resources left and the efficient upgrade, but we can use that for the mechanized agriculture, which we probably still need at some point. So without that, we would have 2 corruption, so I think it's better having the efficient upgrade in hand than having corruption, and then we can still grab the military buildup. That gives us a lot of breathing room to defend against any wars and such. Speaking about that, yeah, we can always defend against aggressions, especially with the magic castle. Culture is still looking pretty good. Tamirus really upped his game a lot, but we still produce it the most, and now with the food, we don't lose any to the starvation, so like that. Then maybe next time it's time for the international tourism. So let's see, discard the... Could still go for the arms industry. Can still go for the input of happiness. I guess we can't really go for the war. Seems hard. And then I hope that we draw the modern army. Modern army would be really, really perfect. But yeah, I want to keep the arms industry, I guess. And then input of happiness. Don't really need the war, I think. And let's see if we draw a good tactic. No, we don't draw a good tactic, we draw the shock troops. I mean, there are a lot of good tactics for us. Yeah, mainly the modern army, but I mean, positional army would also be really, really good. Maybe even better, the positional army, because we wouldn't need to develop the cavalrymen. So I hope that we draw a good tactic next time. We still should have time. Ranch can't go for war. Red theoretically could. He has enough military actions, he can upgrade everything. I guess he doesn't have enough military actions. Declare the war is 3 military actions left, and he can't go for 2 cavalrymen, 1 swordsman and upgrade, so he would not fulfill this, only outdated. Ranch will go with the rifleman, yes, so he becomes stronger than us, copies the tactic, goes for Sid Meier, so 9 culture production now, upgrades another oil, 13 culture production, okay, that, yeah, that imp of culture could be hard to win. Freedom of movement, okay, so refugees on top. Let's hope that Tamirus doesn't play something, but he probably will. He will go with the movies, or 2 even. And yeah, 10 culture production, so everybody's stepping up their game, but we still have the most, I believe. And yeah, Tamirus does play something, so the refugees reveal themselves, and we lose 1 population on our turn. And Tamirus wants to go for strength, with patriotism even. Can use that thanks to the Harvard College, modern infantry as well. Okay, 43 strength. I think it might be time to think about military. Or not. We can just hide behind Gandhi, I think. We might do... Yeah, probably want to do the international tourism with someone, but first... yeah, I guess we can do that first. So let's do first politics. I don't think I want to play any of these. But happiness could eventually be good. But now that we go for Gandhi, it's going to be hard to get more happy faces, actually. And I think we definitely go for Gandhi. We have the most culture. We have the best production at the moment. Without Bach, we still have pretty good production. And then we can hide behind Gandhi. So that is nice. And then with the international tourism, we can also get our culture production up even more. Blue has 2, red has 2, and ranch has 2. So everybody has 2 wonders. But Tamirus is the one with the lowest culture production. So we could think about the input of culture here. that we want to go for, like, offer that to someone who doesn't have as much production, so we still win against that. Timurus is a good target for that. And then red, I mean, I guess he's gonna go for another movies. Then he's at 14. We're at 16 at the moment, but we lose 3 from Gandhi, 3 from Bach. The 2 we get back from Gandhi, but yeah, that might get close then. Timurus on the other hand has multimedia in hand, so definitely might go for that. If you have growth, he can go for that next turn. Then he's at 12. I think we offer this to Timurus, even though, I mean, he is the closest in culture produced. But he still, I think he has a way better position than Hihiji. I say that, but I'm not sure. I mean, Timurus has the one with the strength. So maybe we should offer this pack to red instead. I mean, the difference isn't that high. We probably will go for 1 more movies. But yeah, definitely want to offer this to someone. Definitely not Ranch. He has very good production anyway. And his turn is after hours, so he produces 1 extra compared to the other guys. And he still has really nice resources, can go for 1 movies next turn. I mean, we could also say that we can't win the Input of Culture against him anyway. Like, oh, he even gets the freedom of movement, then he can put 1 from religion onto the movies. Yeah, probably can't beat him in culture production anyway, once we lose Bach. So we could offer this to green and hope that he can't catch up with us. I mean, 47, so 50 against 90 basically. It's going to be hard for him to catch up, because we still have pretty nice culture production. He has to worry about military then. So someone could definitely declare war on him. Might be out against 15 resource, and at least he has a good tactic, classic army and everything. So, but this big problem is the 2 military actions. So that's going to be really interesting. If someone goes for the war against him, like Timurus definitely can't try that after he can't go for us anymore because of Gandhi. So with this, I think there's no chance that we win the input of culture against Ranch. Especially because of that freedom of movement where you can put 1 from religion into the movies. And then maybe, yeah, you can even build another movies. And maybe can upgrade the computers at some point with Sid Meier. I think he's definitely going to outproduce us. So with this pact, we secure 2nd place for the input of culture, hopefully. And then we get 2 extra production, which is nice, yeah. Okay, let's go for green. Hope it's the right choice. And he accepts the pact, pretty nice. So yeah, about the freedom of movement. I don't know what I would take to rebuild or something, to be honest. We're gonna lose 1 population, we probably lead 1 religion, can maybe immediately rebuild that. But yeah, the rest I still want my irons. I could get rid of 1 agriculture. So let's see first how this would look if we get rid of the agriculture, put that into another cannon, and then destroy 1 religion. And we can destroy, if we want to rebuild the religions anyway, we can maybe destroy the farm, so we got on to 0 food production. But with the mechanized agriculture, we could then, we can't. Oh yeah, we want to reuse the efficient upgrade anyway, so yeah, probably delete the religion. I mean, first we definitely have to think about the leaders. I think Gandhi is the best choice for us. Marie Curie also works. She gives 3 strength and 3 culture production and 1 science production. But that is really a little bit underwhelming. Against Timurus especially, getting Gandhi will be really, really good. There's no easy way for him to get more military actions, and then he can't go for the war against us. The question is if it's going to be enough. But if we go for Gandhi, I definitely think that Ranch is the better target for these guys. So they will, if they want to go for wars, go against him. The other question is if there are going to be some wars. Timurus definitely looks like he can. He has air forces that would increase his strength quite a bit. Yeah, so probably still want to go for Gandhi, so I have to grab him, definitely play him this turn. We go down to 14 culture production. Definitely want to increase population for 3. we really want that agriculture. Could then develop that and upgrade once. I'm not sure about that. I mean, we definitely have to do this. We can't think about the rest. We could just grab mechanized agriculture and not play it. And then we could grab revolutionary idea. Rebuild the religion. Then we lose 3 food, but next turn we can go for the mechanized agriculture. Upgrade with the efficient upgrade. We have enough for a new government form, because I think a new government form would be pretty important, especially if we can get the democracy. That would be really awesome, because we're gonna need more happy faces, but we don't have any technology to get more. So maybe the end goal is 4 dramas and 4 religions to have all the happy faces. Then we could even go with the impact of happiness. We're gonna lose 3 food, then we have 2 left. Then next time we can go for the mechanized agriculture, upgrade that. And then we have enough production for now, which is gonna be nice. So yeah, this, I think this looks better. I mean, the alternative, can go through one alternative maybe, would be not using the, I mean, do we really need the cannon is the other question. We're still the weakest, so if we want to hide behind Gandhi anyway, we could not use the freedom of movement. Like if we do nothing, then we destroy this one, go for Gandhi, increase population for free, grab this and this. I guess like this we have corruption, so that's not that nice. Could not grab the revolutionary idea, but go for mechanized agriculture this turn. But I mean, we don't need the food. We're not going to increase population with food anyway. That's probably not something we can do. So I'd rather have the revolutionary idea in hand than the food that we don't need anymore. So I think using this to put one from the agriculture into a cannon. We can still use some strength. Like if we build 2 more riflemen, that's going to be nice. No, this, no, we delete the religion then. Like this, rebuild the religion, grab Gandhi and play him, grab mechanized agriculture and the revolutionary idea. We have a lot of science. Let's hope that we get new government form, or the military theory could be nice. Sadly, civil service and engineering are already gone, so can't use our science for that to have better impacts regarding those things. But we can go for mechanized agriculture next turn with efficient upgrade. Then we have at least very good input of balance. Input of harmony is also looking okay. And there could be an aggression from blue. If only we had drawn the positional army, that would be pretty nice, getting more strength than red even, if we had that, I think. Sadly we don't, so we're still the weakest. Could be punishing for these cards. I mean, there's not a lot left. Cold War, of course, if you are not part of that, that could hurt a little bit. And then Crime Wave. Rest is really okay, I think. But yeah, I think going for Gandhi here is our best choice. We do have quite a big culture lead. Like not against Tamiris, but we have 1 more turn where we produce 15 cultures, so we do have a lot more than him. And then it might come down to some wonders. There are quite a lot left. So we could also think about going for 1 wonder. You don't have the best resource production, so those wonders will probably go to the ranch, maybe Tamiris. He has a lot of civil actions. And he might also have some really good impacts. How it's looking here, yeah, definitely. We'll have some great impacts, but they're only 3 played already. That input of culture might get close. So we're gonna see who wins that and when that gets revealed. But for this turn, I think I'm going with this. And then hope that we get, hope that we get democracy. That would be really, really awesome, especially for the input of culture. And then being able to build 1 more drama and religion. That would be really, really good. And we have the science for that next turn. With the revolutionary, we can also go for agriculture. We probably have to go for agriculture next turn. But yeah, that prosperity was really helpful here. So we can't go for this tactic, we can get rid of that. We can still go for the Napoleonic army if we need to. Like if Tamiris declares like a war over, or the hybrid war, that he can still declare, or if Red wants to go for a war, but it doesn't look like he really can. But we can still keep the tactic. I guess we can also get rid of the Import of Industry, that's not something we can go for. I guess we can discard the war anyway, because we're Gandhi, so those two, yeah, makes the most sense. Can't go for wars anymore because of Gandhi. And then see if we draw some nice impacts. Of course, when you're Gandhi, you draw all the wars, but okay. Emperor of Architecture could be okay with those computers. And there's fundamentalism, but no democracy. Let's hope that gets revealed during our turn. Ranch will go with, okay, gets up a little bit of strength, takes air forces, has the tactic 2 times, builds 1 religion, still at 16 culture production. Red will open something, the population of science, 777, and we have 10, so good for us. I like that. We'll take United Nations and Marie. Marie Curie. 28 strength, Tamiris. Won't play war on aggression. Rabbits of time, so we have to crumble a magic castle. Probably not going to be too important. I mean, it's definitely bad for us, but probably not too important. Tamiris takes Manhattan Project. Is he thinking he can still declare war? Then we should probably end the age. We can definitely play something here, like Import of Architecture. Maybe not that one, but Import of Happiness. Yeah, we might be going for democracy or fundamentalism. Get 1 more religion, 1 more drama. And happiness should be okay. I think I want to play that 3 culture for free. Iconoclasm. Okay, so nobody gets hit by that. That comes slightly too early to anybody lose their leader. So I have to sacrifice or destroy our magic castle. I mean, we can increase population for free, that's for sure. We can go for 1 mechanized agriculture and upgrade that. I mean, yeah, we need that for the food, else we will have starvation again. And we could go with fundamentalism or democracy. Democracy, yeah, then we need the revolutionary idea. Does that work with democracy? Go for that mechanized agriculture upgrade. And the problem is the age is not guaranteed to end. Don't know if Ranch would like to end the age. And we also produce 18 culture. Could Tamiris go for a war still? I mean, if he can only go for a war if he has the other war, the hybrid war that costs 2 military actions. That can always be dangerous against Gandhi, and then he could finish the Manhattan Project, and then we would lose quite badly. So maybe it's not democracy time. Democracy will be great for import of culture. We have more than ranch then. But I mean, we could also, I mean, I think this, not take democracy, I think we have to go for the mechanized agriculture. Could go with the fundamentalism this turn. And then we could build 1 drama, then you also have more than ranch in production. And then we can take 1 more card, so it's guaranteed to end the age. There's only International Red Cross and Hollywood left. We can't go for a wonder anyway, so maybe just take away the Endowment of the Arts from ranch. That could be potentially 6 culture for him. Take a look. Yeah, Endowment of the Arts could be very good for him. And we don't really need the reserves, I guess. So maybe taking the Endowment of the Arts. We will be at 26 strength, so if we draw 1 defend card, it makes it a lot easier to defend against... I mean, you can still defend against ranch. With this defend card, we have enough. Can't defend against an aggression against Tamiris, but we can defend against red. Yes, democracy would be better, but I think main goal is to end the age before anything can take us by surprise, take our culture away with a war. Red could go for that potentially. Theoretically, at least. And mirrors, if he has the other war, he could go for that as well. I don't know if Ranch wouldn't end the age himself, because he should be afraid of wars anyway. I guess he can go for 2 air forces, then he doesn't really have to be afraid. Like this, he might be getting democracy before we get the input of culture. And the fundamentalism hurts for input of science as well. But I want to make super sure that we don't lose to a war now. Select the international tourism with him. Seems about right. Is he gonna build 14 science? He can't go for democracy next turn. Is he probably gonna build movies? We probably can't win the input of culture against him anyway, even with the democracy. So maybe our goal is to have more culture this turn. So if he plays another impact, then we win the input of culture before it's his turn. But I definitely think he will build 1, maybe even 2 movies. He has enough for 2 movies. And then we should end the age, yes. Probably. He's producing so much, we should probably end the age before he can maybe get the Hollywood as well. Then he could get dangerously close. Red will finish the United Nations. It's gonna be good for him. For the impacts, we are relatively good, I would say. We have pretty okay science. We have balance. We have harmony. We have science a little bit. Yes, only a little bit though. Good thing about not going for the endowment but reserves, but I think endowment is gonna be good for Ranch, and he might get close to us. He produces quite a lot. Maybe he wins the imperative culture. So I'll go with this. Get rid of the wars. We can't anyway. Maybe draws 1 more nice impact that we could go for. Population and variety. Population is gonna be bad against Ranch, and variety also not that great, so we cannot really go for a lot here. Industry, probably not. Ranches, we have a lot of great impacts for Ranch in hand. Let's see, one of these we can probably go for. Quick reminder before we go into the next turn. I didn't know this before because the game are simultaneously going on, so I don't know the standings before the game starts, but I get the information in the middle. So right now I got the information about the last game that you saw in the last week. So these are the current standings, and yeah, it's really showed that this game is going to be super important against Ranch and Hehe. Those two are in our game and definitely are the biggest contenders, so keep that in mind for the next turn. Red will finish the United Nations, but doesn't have an impact to evaluate. That's pretty interesting. Goes for some technologies, so input of technologies relatively likely. Yeah, maybe he could have played that. And then Tamiris will play something, opens input of strength. That is pretty bad for us. 5, 15, 0 for us, and 10 for Ranch. Computers goes for that, can upgrade both, and then finish the M&M project. 13 culture for him. Pretty good, 60 strength. Now he has 48. Interesting. Why did he... Wasn't he at more strength before? Not sure why he would play that. It is the last turn. So, yeah, interesting that he didn't want the strength anymore. I guess it doesn't really matter because input of strength was out anyway. So, yeah, we have some really tough decisions. I also showed you before this turn the current standings, which just got updated because the last game just finished. So that gives us a lot of more information and tells us that, yeah, Ranch, probably our biggest contender. Hehe, 142 culture. I mean, same as us, but we get 19 from our production, so I don't think we will be behind Red here. And then he really isn't a big contender for the first spot in the group yet. I think that is definitely Ranch. He also has a really good position for this turn, or for this game. So the thing is, can we beat him? I mean, we have 19 production. He has 16, but he has a lot of resources. He could also go for Hollywood, so denying that from him would probably be wise. Then there's also Tamiris, who has 160 culture. We have a little bit more than that with our production, and there's also input of culture on top, which is going to give us 15 and him 0. But we definitely have to be careful. If we come in behind Tamiris, then Ranch will gain a lot of points in the tournament against us, and then it could get really, really tricky to win that. So let's take a look at the impacts that could be in competition. Wonders, colonies, government, science, technology, balance, and harmony. Especially science and technology would be really, really good for Tamiris. He has the best science, so he definitely could have played that. And he has played 2 impacts. So definitely something that he could have played. Then the input of science definitely, I mean, basically negates the input of culture again. If Ranch upgrades his science production. So yeah, I'm not sure if we should play this to win against Ranch, because Ranch has a lot of great impacts against us. We get 5 more culture from the input of culture, and then maybe something from the input of happiness. That could definitely happen if he opens the input of happiness before his next turn. Then we would get a lot more than him, and we should get more in general. But yeah, he can just, I don't know, build 2 movies and a multimedia. He has the resources for that. He has not the population, but he can probably destroy some of these knights because input of strength is out. And then he will have great production, and that's going to be really good for impact as well. He has good balance, good harmony. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think it looks impossible to win against Ranch. Maybe this international tourism in the end with Ranch wasn't the best idea. That gave him a lot, and we probably should have gone with that with maybe Red, maybe Tamiris. Probably Red would have been the best option. So it's a really tough decision what we should do. I mean, we have a couple of impacts. We have input of population. That is bad against Ranch, but we get 1 more population out. Then there's variety. That is bad against Tamiris. And then architecture, definitely very bad against Tamiris and Ranch once he upgrades his, once he builds a couple of movies. And then industries, of course, also really bad against Ranch. So I think the only options are input of population or variety. We will be at 16 for population, and we will be at 14 for variety. I don't think we built anything else, yeah. So I think population should be better. Yes, Ranch gets a little bit more than us, but we get the 3 culture for playing that, and we get the input of culture for us. So I think I'm going to play that one. Open the input of culture. That is at least going to be very good against Tamiris of 5, 0, 15. And then 10 for Ranch. Yeah, this is really close with Ranch. I mean, we have similar production at the moment, but as I said, he can increase his production by quite a lot. So what else can we do? Pretty interesting, the Endowment of the Arts. We can't use that now anymore because we have the same culture as Tamiris. But before we played that, that also wouldn't have been great because actually I had 142, Red is 142, and Ranch also had 142 culture before we read the impact of culture. So the Endowment of the Arts are not so useful. Can bring a new population, definitely want to build 1 happy face, and we can only do that with the religion, so this is definitely for the input of happiness, and then 1 more culture production. So 180. So we have 20 more than Tamiris. Yeah, that is not that much. He can definitely, I mean, if he gets input of science, that's 15 already. Input of happiness he has as well, and then input of population we have slightly more now. And then Ranch, yeah, has more than us in production once he upgrades his buildings. If he opens input of happiness before he can get 1 happy face, that could be a possibility to win. But if we don't take the Hollywood, then he will just finish that. He can take the Hollywood. Like if we don't take that, Ranch can take Hollywood for 4 civil actions. He can finish that in 1 step, then he still has enough to build 2 movies. And that will be really, really good for him. If he gets 2 movies, that's a lot of culture, so we don't want to give him that, I think. That would mean that we can't go for the Air Forces. We could if we play the Revolutionary idea and Air Forces. So this would be the play against Timurus for the input of technology. Because input of technology we have 1, 2, 3. 3 technologies from H3, and Timurus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he definitely would have played that. And then same goes for input of science. I mean, you can't play around input of science at all, I think. And yes, we could destroy something, like... There's not going to be an aggression from range. But I mean, Timurus, there's also input of competition. And the input of competition, yeah, that is going to be so good for Timurus. That's really going to be hard against these impacts from Timurus. At least he only can have played 2, so hopefully it's not science, technology, and competition in there. We don't have to be afraid of an aggression from range, but yeah, the problem with this is the input of competition, really. We could play the military build-up and just rebuild one air force. That would be good for the input of competition. Or we could, yeah, build one philosophy to have more science production than red, and get some from the input of science. That would also be good against range if he goes for multimedia. He will be at 9 science and we have 9 science, so yeah, is it the input of science and technology? Is it the input of competition? Competition, the air force would be 3. 3 for the input of competition. But I mean, like this we give Hollywood to range, so range will win. But I don't think there's a chance that we win against him anyway, to be honest. Which is pretty bad, considering his position in the tournament. But there's one more game with range in there, and that is looking pretty good at the moment. So I think even if range wins this one and we come in 2nd place, then in the next game we just have to be in front of range and still be able to win the league. So maybe just give this win to range, try to be as good as Timurus as we can. And range, he has only 1 impact in there, but happiness and population. Population might be even good for him. Yeah, I think we just have to leave him the Hollywood. This prepares us for technology and science. So I think this is more important than grabbing away the Hollywood, because we just say we need to be in front of Timurus. That is the main goal. Then we can still win the league in the next game, because that is looking relatively promising. A little bit of a spoiler, but I have to keep that in mind, that the last game is looking really solid. So that is looking good at least, and then the tournament works out like we just have to be 1st or 2nd place in front of range, and then we win the league, I think, if I didn't miscalculate that. But yeah, range with his oil, he has so many options for his next turn. Can delete his knights, like pull down 2 knights, build movies. He's gonna have really great production, really great for impacts. And then we only have 8 more at the moment. If he has another impact in hand as well, that's even gonna be less. We don't have to be afraid of an aggression from range. He can't play an aggression against Gandhi. And I have to say I'm really impressed by range's play, staying at 2 military actions in last position and being relatively strong. So yeah, well done by him. Again with oil, very high production, showing how strong that can be. And yeah, maybe that input of that international tourism wasn't the best idea in retrospect, but I didn't know that then, that range would be the biggest threat, I think. I know I said that in the beginning of the video, but that was recorded later, guys. So I think I will go with this. Let me know what you would have gone for, which impacts you would have played around. Like this, I'm playing around input of science and technology the most. And especially input of science can be very impactful. Being in front of Hihiji will be very important with the 9 science. That could be the difference of 5 or even 10 science that we get in the end. So we're not playing around competition, but we are playing around technology. We're not playing around harmony, because we destroyed one of our military. So it's not good for harmony, and harmony is also looking good for Timurus. There's so many impacts that would have been great for Timurus, so no way to really say where that is going. And yeah, range also has pretty good harmony. Yeah, but it's probably the science. I think he went very heavily into the computers, into Manhattan Project. Did he do anything else last turn? Builds, plays, upgrades to computers, builds Manhattan Project, takes oil, plays the tactics. So yeah, nothing that can tell us anything. Then he went for mechanized agriculture. No, he only developed that. He didn't really build anything. Built two stages of the United Nations, tanks. So yeah, he went for 2 technologies. So maybe he even played the input of technology. I mean, we don't have to be afraid of red. I think 147 and we have 160, so 180 before the impacts. That definitely should be enough. So we won't be coming in last. But yeah, he prepared for the input of technology. He has 1 impact in there. That definitely could have been that. Maybe just didn't have anything else to do. I guess he spent all of his resources anyway, so nothing to really tell us too much anymore. I'm just gonna go with this. I don't know if there was any information that I missed, that one impact is more likely than the other, but I think preparing for the impact of science is pretty important, and then we, like this, we can also get the air forces out. So I like that. So yeah, commit to that. Don't draw anything anyway, and then see what Ranch does in his last turn. Probably something with the Hollywood. And yeah, I think he'll definitely win this game. So Ranch didn't play politics, finished as Hollywood, so he's on top now. Happiness makes it close again. 99 against 96. Tamiris also gets 16, and then Red is quite far behind. Technology 12, 16. Okay, we're getting closer. We are on top for now. Really, really close. Also, Tamiris gets 20. Yeah. I mean, we're on top for now. I don't think that will last. Harmony 12, 20 for Ranch. Yeah, we go back down to 2nd position. Tamiris again 20, so it's getting closer and closer. And then competition 12, 6 only, 19. Oh yeah, from 1st to 3rd position now. At least we have a big buffer against Red, but yeah, really close. Maybe we can overtake Tamiris in the last 2 events, on last 2 impacts, but I don't think so. Of Wonders 12, 10 and 7, yeah, not helping at all. And then population 20, 14 and 16, so we get a little bit closer. But in the end, not enough. Not enough. Ranch is able to win it. That is really, really good for him for the whole tournament. We're gonna have a look at that after we talk about this game. And then Tamiris in the end coming in 2nd, really, really close. At least in the end, I made the right call not to go against Ranch, because yeah, he had way too good impacts in there, and yeah, with the Hollywood wasn't able to catch him. Maybe, yeah, I don't know where it went wrong, but Tamiris in the end overtaking us with some great impacts, with a lot of science production, the competition and all of that, so we weren't able to compete. Maybe I took Gandhi too early. Tamiris got a lot more from his Mandela, I think, and I mean, Marlene was super late, so if we had waited for her, if that was our plan, and not going for Gandhi, it would have also not really worked out. And Gandhi did give us some freedom, but yeah, we had also some big problems, and the ocean liner did some great work, but in the end, sadly, it wasn't enough. But yeah, really close game between me and green and blue, I would say. I mean, during the impacts, I was on top for a 2nd, so definitely really close. But Ranch really successful, and yeah, we're gonna take a look at what this means for the tournament. So let's take a look at the Masters 2 League and what this means for the tournament. As you can see, there is 1 game left for Ranch, myself, Mushan, and Kimmo, so that will be the last game. And me and Ranch and Mushan are pretty close, 21, 17 and 17 points. And all of us can still win this league. The next game will give 6 points for the winner. So me and Mushan can still overtake Ranch. If Ranch comes in 2nd place, he will have 24 points, and then we can't overtake him anymore. So our goal for the next game will be become first place. We have to do that, or we won't be able to win. And then Ranch has to come in 3rd or 4th position. If we don't manage that, we can't win. So that is definitely the goal for the next game. So that will be really exciting. But yeah, Ranch with this game really convincing, getting that first spot, getting the points that he really needs, and putting himself in a good position to win the whole tournament, or this league in the tournament. So yeah, great job. Let me know what you thought about the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I switched to Gani too early. Let me know in the comments what you think. Maybe my mistakes in the end were. I definitely think there were some that I made. But anyway, it was a really exciting game, really exciting finish, being on first position for just a second. And then, yeah, let me know what else you think. And subscribe to the channel so you can see when the next game comes out. That's going to be in 1 week. And it's going to be super exciting, so definitely hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope I see you for the next one as well. And stay safe, guys.